Walter, it looks as though you've had a crystal ball, changing strategies to attract a more mass market customer. And here we are where we could be facing a recession. Speak to us about that strategy and how it's playing out at a time when people are looking to save.
Well, I think we're doing both. Good morning to you guys. I think we are investing in really expanding Whole Foods Market in thoughtful ways and strategic ways. At the same time as we're very excited to launch our second banner, 365 by Whole Foods Market, which is a smaller, more curated selection and excellent price points. And we think it's a way of bringing our best-in-class quality standards to the world in two wonderful formats.
Do you run the risk it's a style drift?
Excuse me?
Do you run the risk that it's a style drift? It's not originally who Whole Foods was.
Well, of course, there's always that risk with a second banner, but I think this is the same company. It's the same set of quality standards. There's no difference there. It's just a fresh new format that I think will allow us to take those standards into markets and communities perhaps that Whole Foods Market never would have been able to go. So I would argue it's a way of broadening our appeal and broadening our footprint in the world.
And Whole Foods is a play, this new strategy is somewhat of a play to pull in these millennials. You put this strategy in place before this year, but as you look at the global markets, as you look at the U.S. economy, how do you see things?
Well, I think, there's the macro situation that we can all see and look at the news this morning that there's clearly some headwinds and some choppiness out there in the total markets. But for Whole Foods, we're focused on a very particular part of that economy, which is the grocery food economy, which is close to $1 trillion of total value. And there's lots of growth opportunities on the natural, organic, healthy food side of things, which is we see growing double digits as a market.
So, Walter, let's talk about those headwinds a little bit. I think it's true, I read, you'll correct me if I'm wrong, that your same-store sales are actually down and your margins are down. Does that make it more difficult for you to pivot?
No, actually, the decrease in the margins is our pivot. We basically said over the next couple of years we're going to take the gross margins down incrementally quarter to quarter in conjunction with our cost restructuring efforts, which we're well underway in doing. So the strategic pivot is around reshaping the company, transforming the company to compete better in the marketplace today, at the same time as continuing to launch new digital platforms and new ways of reaching our customers.
Seeing that the consumer could have less disposable income in his or her wallet, do we run the risk that this positive trend we have been seeing away from GMOs to more natural organic foods, could we lose that while people are looking to cut personal spending?
I don't think so, because I think people's personal health and vitality trumps that. And I think we've seen through many ups and downs over the years that in the end, people prioritize food and the things that they're eating at a higher level. What you do see sometimes is they'll shift from the amount of food spent out of the home to food spent in the home. But I think that, generally speaking, this trend towards a healthier Whole Foods is going to continue unabated.
Yeah, Walter, let me take you back a moment to what Stephanie was talking about, these 365 stores. Who are you hoping to take market share from with those?
Well, you see the marketplace today. There's a number of smaller store competitors out there that are doing a nice job picking up serving customers. Smaller size stores, smaller sorts of offers, and we don't see any reason why we can't go participate in that part of the market as well with our 365 by Whole Foods offer. It's going to be unique. It's going to be kind of a combination of some of the best things we do, along with some of the things we've learned from looking at the other competitors. And I think it's definitely an area that we can grow into and reach more communities than we would be able to with our mothership Whole Foods Market.
As giants like Kroger and Walmart, who are all about low prices, for them, low margins, are getting bigger, how much of a threat is that to you? How do you expand while they are also expanding? And they've got a very big footprint.
They do, and they've done a nice job. But, we're a pretty good size, too. At this point, we'll be north of $16 billion in sales, and we have almost 450 stores. So we're not playing in the junior varsity ourselves. And look, we've been competing with these folks for an awful long time, and they're quality competitors. We still think we offer the best in-store retail experience for the customers in the grocery space in the United States. We think we're the best at it. We think we do, and I think, in fact, some of our competitors have even acknowledged that. So I think we'll continue to represent a very clear, high-quality choice, along with our new 365 by Whole Foods Market choice. I like our chances.
Then what's your biggest challenge today?
Well, obviously, the marketplace is going through a tremendous short-term adjustment as we have many new players coming into the marketplace, as everybody realizes this is the type of food generally that people want. And so the good news is you've got a market that's overall growing for fresh, healthy foods. The challenge for the market is where the non-healthy food stuff is collapsing on negatives, but this side of the market is growing robustly. So I think it's just resetting ourselves at a lower cost structure and evolving some of our abilities to reach our customers outside the store, combining that with our excellent in-store experience to show up for our customers when and where they want us to show up for them.
Are you going to need or look to cut some of that special Whole Foods experience because we're facing tougher economic times? Whole Foods does have an extraordinary experience. Customers love to go there. Is that what you could look to cut back on?
No, I think our opportunities to do that are much more on the structural side. We've looked at we basically turn our company upside down looking for ways in which to kind of lower our cost structure overall. And again, I think we told you we're going to take out $300 million by the end of 2017. We're well on our way to doing that through re-engineering the way we do work in the store. And those are the opportunities for us as opposed to going right at the things that are special to the customer experience.